We welcome you to the Tuesday, September 15th, 2015 Village of Peoria Heights Board of Trustees meeting. Meeting is now called to order. Would you please rise and join us in the pledge of the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Trustee Harn. Trustee Carter.
Present.
Trustee Mariscal. Trustee Cumming.
Present.
Trustee Reichert.
Present.
Trustee Fuller.
Present. Thank you very much. First order of business tonight is the approval of the Board of Trustees minutes for the September 1st, 2015 meeting. Are there any changes that need to be made?
Go ahead, Deb. I move to approve the
I have
minutes
a
as submitted.
motion from Trustee Reichert and a second from Trustee Cumming.
Please.
All those in favor of approving the Board of Trustees minutes for our September 1st, 2015 meeting as submitted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the minutes for our meeting on September 1st. Next order of business tonight is the approval of the executive session minutes for September 1st, 2015. Need a motion for approval?
So moved.
Have a motion from Trustee Cumming.
Second.
Second from Trustee Carter. All those in favor of approving the executive session minutes for September 1st, 2015, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the executive session minutes for September 1st. Next order of business tonight is correspondence, and that will be presented by our village clerk, Shauna Musselman.
I have no correspondence this evening.
All righty. Thank you. No announcements tonight that I can think of, so we'll go right to trustee reports. Trustee Harn is not with us tonight. Mr. Director, any news on the Public Works front?
None to share tonight, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go to administration personnel with Trustee Cumming.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. I have nothing to share this evening as well.
Thank you very much. We will proceed to economic development, village improvements with Trustee Carter.
Thank you. I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Move to the police department with Trustee Fuller.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. We have a neighborhood watch meeting 2 weeks from now, Monday the 28th. So
Here at Village Hall.
here at Village Hall, that's correct.
What time?
6:30? 6:30.
All right. That's it?
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions at all for Trustee Fuller? All right. Trustee Mariscal could not be here tonight. Mr. Administrator, any news on the building property maintenance front?
I think if Trustee Mariscal was here tonight, he would say that we might have some estimates for some repair work for the departmental meeting next week.
All right.
He thinks we might.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if he was here, he'd say that?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Any questions at all from Administrator Fick? Okay, thank you. We'll close out with the fire department with Trustee Reichert.
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments from the audience? Young man, you're an Eagle Scout? All right. Why don't you come up here real quick and just tell us your name? Hey, are you here for just the meeting part of it?
Yeah, this is for citizenship in the community.
Okay. Yeah, go up to the microphone real quick and just kind of give us a quick background on what you're doing and where you're working towards.
All right, I'm Colin Fricky. I'm working on my Eagle Scout. One of my last merit badges is citizenship in the community. So I'm here at this meeting, taking notes on what's going on and such.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
thank you.
Wish we had a longer meeting for you tonight, but... Roberta? Nothing on your mind tonight? Okay. You still look angry, but I'm sure you're saving it up for when it's cold out there. Thank you all for attending. No old business tonight, so we will move to new business. First and last is the approval for payment to Walker Excavating Company. Mr. Director, could you give us a background on that, please?
I will. There's a drainage ditch. It's on the east side of Prospect. near, kind of runs parallel with the bike path. You may have seen it if you've been on the bike path. We've been dumping down there for a number of years, I think. It's at Columbus and Marietta, and we keep adding sticks of pipe as we go. The thought is eventually that the whole thing will be hard piped. It's a drainage ditch that takes a lot of water from the west side of Prospect, those neighborhoods over there, runs it down through, and it comes out down on Lake and goes away from our fair village. And so this is, we're asking, we had been extending just a few pieces of pipe a year, but because of the Atlantic Water Main project, we have more dirt than we usually do. So we'd like to use that dirt and continue filling in the ditch. So we want to go 80 feet this time, which comes out to about $12,000. So with this approval, we'll try and get Walker going as soon as practically possible. We do have quite a bit of dirt piling up over there because the guys are making good progress on the water main project.
Okay, great. Any questions at all for Director Smith? All right, we need a motion for approval, please.
Can I make a motion?
We have a motion from Trustee Carter,
Second.
second from Trustee Cumming. Real quick before we get going, that area, our village clerk will remember, but that'd be, and Chief, that was a big issue when we first got into office down there because every time it would rain real hard, it would flood Columbus, Marietta, so it would dump down into there. And geez, I'm trying to remember who came up with the idea to pipe that thing into where we'd be able to, it might have been Bob Roth, I'm not sure, but it's given us an opportunity not only to get rid of the flooding, because it was amazing that water would get probably about 3 foot deep, maybe even 4 foot deep, I would think, down there at the bottom because of that drop-offs there. So it's been a great godsend area for us to dump stuff into that we normally would have to pay to do, plus it got rid of a really dangerous flooding thing. So this is great, and I talked to Director Smith, we're still got a couple hundred feet before we hit Prospect, so. Okay, we have a motion, I did that for Tom's sake out there, just to drag the meeting out a little bit longer.
Right.
Okay. We have a motion and a second for the approval for the payment to Walker Excavating Company for labor and materials on that drainage pipe not to exceed $12,000 as outlined by Director Smith. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Trustee Carter?
Aye.
Trustee Cumming?
Aye.
Trustee Reichert?
Aye.
Trustee Fuller?
Aye. Okay, thank you. By a vote of 4-0, the board has approved the payment to Walker Excavating Company not to exceed $12,000 for labor and materials to extend the drainage pipe at Columbus and Marietta.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, one thing I additionally meant to say is we're actually probably saving more on the Atlantic Water Main project than what it's costing to extend this pipe because they're not having to truck the dirt out of town. So
Yeah.
it's actually a pretty good deal all around.
And it's, I'm assuming, fairly clean filled dirt that we're pulling out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it is.
All right, great. Win-win all the way around. Rarely happens in life, but it's happening tonight. Next order of business tonight is the treasurer's report, which will be read by our village clerk, Shauna Musselman.
Sorry, a little ahead of myself, aren't I? Okay. Was thinking we were done. Okay. This represents the it says June at the top?
That must not be updated.
Okay. So this is the current bank balances. The general fund account is $733,610.59. Motor fuel is $244,377.83. Police drug savings is $554.86. Tax increment finance is $45,382.16. The healthcare flex account, $10,418.85. For a grand total in the village accounts of $1,034,344.29. The waterworks account is $503,988.54. Infrastructure maintenance fee is $74,381.36. The service deposit account is $86,556.95. For a grand total in the waterworks accounts of $664,926.85.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the treasurer's report? Okay, then we will accept the treasurer's report as read. We will now be, 10-minute meeting, sorry about that. We could drag it out longer, but I think I'd have some angry trustees here. We will be going to executive session regarding property and personnel. But before we do so, I want to remind everybody the next departmental committee meeting will be held Tuesday, September 22nd at 6:30 p.m. And the next Board of Trustees meeting will be held Tuesday, October 6th, 2015 at 6:30 p.m. This time, need a motion from the board to go into executive session regarding property and personnel.
I move that we adjourn to executive session.
Have a motion from trustee Cumming,
Second.
second from trustee Carter. All those in favor of the board going into executive session at this time and adjourning the meeting at present, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you, the ayes have it. Meeting is now adjourned. We will be reconvening after the executive session, but that could be some time, and all we'll be doing is coming back for the final adjournment. We thank everyone for attending.